Over 50 WWF superstars, all their signature moves and talks, plus entrances, cage matches, and create a wrestler. Wrestlemania 2000.
Hello, and welcome to OMGame Boy. Little pocket-sized episodes for you WT Famicom fans. Little pocket size. I'm your host, Nick Tendo.
I'm Dan Tendo, aka Ultimate Dan Warrior.
Whoa, and today we're going to talk about getting ripped and swole playing what? Wrestling games?
We're going to be talking about wrestling games, the wrestling games I have, and also some wrestling characters we created in one of the games.
THQ.
THQ is the company that made, I think they made all the games that we remember.
Did they make all of them? Yeah.
Well, I think they made all the 3D ones.
All right, fair.
So you used to play, we grew up on these 3D wrestling games, right?
Yeah.
Did you used to come over to my house or did I go over to your house?
I went over to your house all the time. And okay, I'll bring this up in a minute.
Okay.
They were the really cool games. I think THQ made most of them, but it was where there was a kick button, like a punch button, and then the grapple button.
So I have a bunch of wrestling games right now. They're all super random. So I'll get to that one real quick. So right now I'm holding up Wrestlemania.
That was old. That was a whole different.
Yeah, this is from Nintendo. It has Hulk Hogan ripping up his shirt. I wish I could do that. I still can't do that now. With the original WWF logo, because now it's WWE. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. It kind of bugs me.
So on this one, it's a Sega Genesis game. It's
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. It has Macho Man. Oh my God! It actually has Scott Hall in it. It has Razor Ramon.
Suplex. Yo, R.I.P.
R.I.P. This actually gave me inspiration. His passing actually gave me inspiration to do it. So R.I.P. Razor Ramon.
Yo,
say hello to the bad guy, right?
Yo, are you NWO? Throw a toothpick at a guy. I was making a toothpick throw. No,
yeah, Nick did it. So Hulk Hogan's on it. Randy Savage, Undertaker, and Lex Luger.
Oh, dude, the torture rack. Yo, get him up in the torture rack.
I have another one that I got from like this mystery box of games. It's like this reg. It's actually it's a Famicom game.
Oh, dude.
And I couldn't read Japanese, so I had to look it up. And somebody told me it's a game called Muscle. It's a wrestling game. It's a series called Muscle, but there's a period in between each letter. So I guess it's an anagram for something.
That's kind of cool. Although I wonder, does the anagram work in a different language?
I have no clue.
I feel like it can't.
Because I think I posted a picture of this or something on TikTok, and somebody's like, "Oh, that's from the Muscle series," and I'm like,
"Thank you,
no idea." Yeah,
for people,
Thanks a lot, loser.
Loser.
I love you.
Help me, please help me.
So here's one of my games that I have in pristine condition. This is insane how pristine this is. This game is from '96, and it looks like it came out yesterday.
Dude, yeah, I remember this game.
So this is WCW versus NWO World Tour. It's a player's choice million seller, 97 fighting game of the year. And this was NWO in their prime. So NWO for anyone was a part of WCW, and it was just guys that just thought they were badass.
Yeah, it was Kevin Nash,
Nash, Hulk Hogan.
What's his name? Hulk Hogan joined. That was the scariest
part. That was so Hulk Hogan became a heel. So a heel is you're a bad guy.
He turned into a bad guy with the NWO, and it was who was the fourth guy? Was it X-Pac?
I think it was Xbox. I think he was the 1, 2, 3 kid when he first started.
Yeah, he was. Everyone had a few names.
So this video game, I remember getting for the N64, and it was the first time I saw 3D wrestling. And so that had the grapple, that had like the shoulder buttons, that had special moves. So it was the first time me seeing like, holy shit, like this is what they can do with wrestling games. This is insane.
And it was cool. You would hold the grapple down, and then the longer you held it, like you'd be defenseless when you did it, and then you'd reach out and grab.
And you can grab chairs from under the under the ring. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a wrestling match, like an actual wrestling match?
No, that is something I always wanted to do. And I watched wrestling as a kid, like
in like the early 2000s. I went to like WWF Raw and like SmackDown sometimes when they were in the Philly with some of my friends. And I remember The Rock was like away for a couple of years, and he came back and like they showed something on the big screen of him looking at like the Rocky Balboa statue.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Of course.
Actually, crazy fucking moment. I'll never forget this. It's not even like a funny moment. So me and my friends were all like giggling about something, right? We're all like laughing. I don't know what we were laughing about. And there's a dad and a little girl in front of us, maybe like a couple inches away from us. After we're giggling, the dad literally turns around and says, either says like, stop laughing, or like, do you mind? My daughter has cancer. So I don't even think it was the craziest moment because we were like, we didn't want to laugh anymore because whatever we were laughing about, he would think that we were laughing at his daughter.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the indication was that like how we would know.
That's really weird.
It was, I'll never forget that moment because maybe my friends don't remember that, but I just remember him turning around yelling at us and us being like, yo, we like,
oh no.
Yeah. Sorry to bring the downer on this episode, but like, I'll never forget. That was like my main memory from seeing like a SmackDown in Philly.
Jeez, dude. A little girl with cancer probably got there and you guys were ruining it for her, like by laughing and having a good time. So shout out if she wants to come on the show or whatever, or dad.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I'm okay with her. I'm not okay with her dad.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe a cage match.
Cage match, me and the dad.
Did they have cage matches in the game? I feel like they did.
In this WCW one, I don't know if they did because like the graphics were bare minimum. Because I remember getting a picture when Razor Ramon died. I remember finding a picture of him and like the graphics on his face were like just flat face.
Couple polygons.
Yeah. So the game that we used to make create how many games did we write this? So there was create a character. They started putting them in the N64 games.
Of course.
So it was WrestleMania, WWF No Mercy was a Nintendo 64 game. And then there was WrestleMania 2000, which is I have here. Okay. So I wish I had still had the case. But in it, you can create a character. So you can add like theme music and all that stuff.
Sounds great. Sounds like amazing.
Yeah. So me, you, my brother,
David, maybe one or two or no?
Yeah, I feel like they definitely contributed. I think a lot of people that I lived with contributed to making characters.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to do this episode for like 2 years, but I just never got around to it. And so I had all these old pictures I took from 2 years ago of some of these characters. So I don't have all of them, but we can name some of them because we literally took up every space of the created characters section. And sometimes we would just swap instead of the color swap, we would just swap and make new characters. So one of them was, I think you made this. His name was Pope the Jungle Warrior.
Yeah, he was my favorite. Pope the Jungle Warrior. I distinctly remember him. Pope the Jungle Warrior was essentially like Hawk or Animal. I don't know if you know who they are. They were like the Road Warriors, but they had the face paint. It was like this.
Yeah.
And like the black and the red striping. And the idea behind this guy is that he was the Pope, but somehow raised in the wilderness, like in the jungle. And that's
aren't they usually all raised in the wilderness?
All popes.
All popes. That's the rite of passage. They have to go.
This one was in peak physical condition. He was 6'6", and just he would bark. I remember you could make the little moves they did, like the taunts and stuff.
194 pounds.
He was a little thin, but
I didn't know. Thin.
But what's so funny is like I made him as rabid as possible.
I think I remember it because they do motions if you just have the character selection on him.
Yes. So when he would come out, he would like get on all fours and act like he was barking and biting someone. I was just like, this.
What most popes do in person.
Pope, the Jungle Warrior. Yeah, he was one of my favorites. I loved him.
There was one that I made. It was actually literally right under the Pope, the Jungle Warrior. His name was Action Packer.
Action Packer.
And his real name was So go back. Your nickname for your Pope guy was Salty Joe.
I think that was his real name.
Oh, right? Okay.
But which was which? It was like
I think Salty Joe would have been his nickname.
Oh well, Pope the Jungle Warrior was Salty Joe. But anyway,
so I made a character called Action Packer, and he kind of just looks like a street version of Undertaker. And his nickname was Terry Jizz. But this guy, talk about peak condition. This guy, ready for this? Ready for these stats? He was 7 foot 11 inches, and he weighed 471 pounds.
But he looks ripped as hell.
Ripped as hell.
I don't know how that math works, but I believe it.
You got another one that I sent you a picture of?
Yeah, I have a bunch, but I was going to look at
some of them we don't have pictures of. We just have some of the names. So unfortunately,
my favorite was you, or I think it was you. Did you make Keffin?
Probably.
Yeah, so you made Keffin the Pope Hunter.
Okay.
And what was funny is it was
so is he your arch nemesis?
Yeah, and they would battle all the time. What I feel like you may forget or may remember or not is that we would have these battles between the characters, and they all had like an adversary. Like it wasn't just one guy. I feel like everyone we made just had a counter person, and yours
makes total sense.
Keffin, like Kevin, but 2 F's.
Okay.
Keffin the Pope Hunter, and his nickname was Die You Pope. And he just was like,
he's wearing a bulletproof vest, if anyone's curious. So that means the Pope might shoot him.
Who knows?
Or bite him.
I don't know. I just thought that was so goddamn funny.
Tell me his height. What is his height?
7'3".
7'3". But tell me his weight.
Question mark, question mark, question
You don't
mark.
know.
We don't know.
Never tell you. So another one I found.
Yeah.
I don't know who did this. Sergeant Naked.
I do recall this one, and I feel like it may have been your brother or you.
Okay. So he's
It
just
wasn't
wearing
me.
pink and green spandex, and that's it. He
That's
has
it.
blonde hair.
That's all he's got.
His nickname is Jock Tween. And again, his height is 7'3". All these guys are freaks. His height is 7'3", but his weight, question mark. Question.
Do you remember the name of all the creative characters? Like what they were in?
No. Damn, I wish I had more pictures.
No, it's on here. Super Badass Club.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, and there's another one. There's another group.
Yeah. What one was that one?
The Action Death Squad.
Good. Perfect stuff. The all these guys had their little foibles and enemies.
So I remember my brother, I'll give my brother credit. So on this one thing where you just swap out the colors, he named, where are they? He just named a bunch of guys like President Doom or Executive Destruction, but it was just a bunch of guys in suits.
Destruction.
And like Senator Apocalypse, like stuff like that. So I'll never forget because like the costume swap was just a different face, but they were all just in suits and they were all just doing that.
That's so good. That's literally the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life.
There's another one called Skippy J Mathers.
Okay.
And his nickname was Peanut Butter, but there was no U and no E in butter.
Peanut butter.
And he was dressed in all, I guess, like orange,
yellow and orange. He was
yellow and orange. Butter, again, freak. He was 7'7".
Of course he was.
He was 260 pounds. That's like a normal weight for a wrestler. He's the only normal one in this group.
Yeah. So your brother made two guys who were like two of my favorites because I think they were arch rivals, and I think he made both of them. Did he make my favorite Rex Cable?
Yes, yeah. My brother created a guy. Rex Cable was basically just like a superhero.
Rex Cable was so cool.
But I think he did that specifically just to make the guy's alter ego, or the guy's like arch nemesis.
Xavier Deckard. Was
no,
that
I
his
think
arch nemesis. Oh
no, this arch nemesis was just called the Evil Rex Cable.
Oh, was there?
And it was just a heavier version of him.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we really So I'll tell a funny little story. So you guys would play this nonstop. Like I think months would go by, and this is the only thing on in your living room.
Well, sometimes we would just create characters. Like we wouldn't even play sometimes.
Oh no, you just create them just to have fun with them.
Yeah.
And then have like matches that you needed to have happen, like Pope the Jungle Warrior and Kevin the Pope Hunter.
Yeah, versus Kevin.
Of course. There'd be tag teams. And then when Christopher was around and enough of us were around, there were rules. And you had to let Christopher do certain moves. And I still remember every now and then you wouldn't let Christopher do a move, like you'd kick him or block him. And he'd get so mad. He yelled at you and told you to put your controller on the ground and you weren't allowed to touch it. And you would get really upset at this. And he'd be like, no, you have to leave your controller. Christopher would be like, nope, put it down. Put your controller down. So you put your controller down and Christopher would go behind the guy because that's where the grapple would do extra
just
damage.
To show off his move.
Yeah. And he would do his moves to you. And you were so upset. But Christopher would get dead serious and be like, no, you have to put your controller down right now. And he was serious. And you would get so mad.
Wow. And you witnessed this?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Holy shit. This is embarrassing. For him, not for me.
He chumped you. I don't know. It's for both.
He chumped 23 years ago.
He got you.
Holy shit.
He would make you put down your controller. I still remember it being like, oh, geez.
Oh, man. I wish I knew that before I started saying all these good characters were his.
Yeah. Now you're like, no, I didn't like Christopher.
Yeah. Now I wish, because I was about to name another one that a very good name that I like that he made.
Which one? Go ahead.
Was it Revolutionary Warren? Yeah. And his nickname was WWW World War Warren was the guy's name. Just a war vet. And again, he was 7 feet 11 inches, 322 pounds.
Who was the Prince of Darkness? Oh, he would go against Pope the Jungle Warrior.
Yeah, I think it was just Satan. I think that was it.
It was essentially Satan. Yeah.
I remember making this guy, the Fizzler.
The Fizzler.
And his nickname was Blair Piss.
It's pretty good.
I think I just ran out of steam with that one.
Rajuk Griffiths. That's the name.
So Rajuk Griffiths is a character. I don't think we've ever actually told a history of Rajuk Griffiths before.
It was from The Sims.
So in The Sims, first off, if anyone loves The Sims, we loved it first. Can we say that?
That's really
you bought
weird.
it like the day it came out.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think then which came out first because these were both really old.
The Sims had to have come out first.
Are you sure?
Well, this probably came out in 99 or 2000.
96. Oh yeah. 96
No, this
game,
yeah,
so
2000, yeah.
99, 2000.
So the Sims you made up this character named Raju Griffiths.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was a great name, and we used to kill him.
Yeah.
Because
The Sims talk like goofball, and then we would lock him in a room with no doors, and then speed up time, and he'd piss himself and cry.
No, there was a
get
second
hungry.
name that we came up with too for the Sims.
Tyrone Griffiths. That was his brother. Tyrone. Yeah, I remember.
It's Tyrone.
Yeah, they were both the Griffithses, and there was.
Wait, wasn't Tyrone like the name of one of my kids on Twitter?
Yeah, I think.
Or was that Jai Pran?
That's Jai Pran. I remember.
Okay. There's so many names we make up. I just can't keep count. Chiron, Rajuk.
Yeah.
Jai Pran.
Jai Pran.
Jai
Pran or Jai Pran?
I think it's Jai Pran.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we made up this character. Then it's just been an ongoing joke for over 20 years.
20 years.
So then obviously he's immortalized in a video game. And I think we probably mentioned him on the podcast at some point.
Yeah. And I think what we wanted to get out of this episode, this little mini episode, was that wrestling games. Did any of you guys create characters? Like, did you guys, is that weird that we did that and spent all our time making guys?
I'm going to say people that created characters, no way made this amount of created characters that we did.
No, I would agree.
We filled every slot and then every color swap slot too.
Yeah. We had, and then I don't think we played with the regular wrestlers.
No, we didn't.
At all. We made our own wrestling federation.
Yeah. The super badass club, or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Backline stories, feuds going on, tag teams. You were supposed to put your controller down sometimes.
Yeah. That was the role of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's in this episode. I just wanted to talk about the wrestling games. And isn't it crazy? 2 years ago, I wanted to do a full episode of this, and now we just got done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, we probably could have, but like it would have been better if we could like have everyone come in and watch the feud happen. But I mean, that's the beauty.
I mean, if I made a full episode out of it, I could have invited that dad that yelled at me from SmackDown.
You could have, and I could have invited Christopher, and he could have told you to put your microphone down. Step away.
Step away. Take the hit.
Touch it.
Take the hit.
Take it. I have to do my grapple move.
Yeah. All right.
Super grapple.
So that's it for our wrestling episode. I don't play wrestling games now. Wrestling kind of sucks.
Neither do I. It's because you can't create a character.
Because you
really can't.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think you can create a character in all of them.
Yeah.
But it'll never be as perfect as it was in 2000, is what I'm saying.
No, I agree with you. So if you guys made any, tell us. Let us know who you made.
If you made any creative characters and have pictures, put it in our Discord. Show us on Twitter. DM us.
Yeah.
But don't make us put down the controller.
Don't make us put down the controller. Otherwise, it's game over.
Game over, folks. See you later.
Game over. Thanks.